Life Empowered is closer than you think. We're all looking for a better way. Reimagine what's next with a new sense of exuberance. Why not power on like you mean it? Or power off blissfully? A better sleep is a better awake. You've never moved like this before. With the energy nature intended. Imagine reprogramming the way you look at the speed of science. At longevity. At exhilaration. It's next level rejuvenation. Take control of your well-being from the inside out and outside in. The light within is ready to ignite. Be the light. LifeWave.
Go. Hey y'all, it's JP and Max here to do a quick World War Z report. Hey man, thanks. And I think we're at the verge of a government shutdown. 2/3 of our population is on the EBT card, and about 2/3 of the population have taken the Jabberwoony. So we have a zombie-filled population, and the only reason they're not rioting in all the cities right now is because of weather. Once the weather gets warm, springtime, summer, you're going to have all these Democrats out there. The Democrat socialists are basically Fabian socialists. They're closet commies, okay? The progressive closet commies. The Green-Red Alliance, these are commies and Muslims working together. That's Iran working with the Chinese and working with the Russians. So we have a global war going on. It's Trump versus the New World Order. He's doing the best he can, but we have to support our president. And if the government does shut down, EBTs stop, you're going to have people going back to cannibalism. So here's a couple clips from the last time the government shut down, and I hope you enjoy. JP out. Ready, Max? Go. All right.
Don't go! Please! Please!
They're taking everything.
Run! Somebody help us!
We've come for Daddy's money.
My card! Please don't take it!
We've come for Daddy's money.
Daddy's money is no more. Daddy's money is no more.
We be the culture! 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 Hey! This is for the ancestors!
This is an emergency moment in the United States. Are we about to face a food stamp civil war in this country when Democrats and the deep state intentionally cut off food stamps and the EBT program for low-income Americans? They did so intentionally, of course, as part of the government shutdown. Why? Why would they do that? Well, because it's the perfect deep state catalyst to spark a revolution. Come this Saturday, SNAP recipients will not see their November benefits show up in their account that were due, that's of course due to the government shutdown. So those cards will not be filled with food stamp monies. Black women are taking to social media, specifically black women like TikTok, to say that they will rob and kill white people. In fact, one woman says she's going to eat white people tasting that delicious cracker if she doesn't get her food stamps. Watch.
I just wanted to come real fast just to make this video, just to make something very, very clear to the white man. Black Americans do not care about your government shutdown, and Black Americans do not care about you taking away our EBT and our government assistance, because Black Americans never depended on the American government to take care of us and feed us, because we never could. We were never able to depend on the government, in spite of what you may say and what you may try to force us to believe. So you can sit back and you can mock, you can laugh, and you can think that you're about to starve us to death. But I'm here to let you know that we are going to eat regardless, even if we have to hunt you animals down and roast and eat you, the delectable crackers and cheese.
Okay, I just want to say,
Okay.
I would like to let you know that Black people reduced their own poverty level by 80% before the Civil Rights Act was enacted by LBG, who was a racist. So Black people are more than capable of rising themselves out of poverty without any government assistance. She needs to read her Thomas Sowell. I just want to let her know that. Because it belies actual economics. So the idea that you have always been dependent is not true. I'm sorry you think so little of yourself.
Well, if killing and eating white people wasn't... Why does I keep doing that? I'm sorry. Something
I don't
keeps
know.
happening with our... I don't know what happens back there. David, maybe you can take care of that. Well,
So let's get right to the point. We are checking out another cannibal case from 2012 out in Maryland. As with all these cases, this is all satanic Masonic theater to signal what is coming from the mark of the beast. Now you might ask, why would they want to cryptically tell us what is coming? And the answer is quite simple. They are psychopaths. They get off on it, gives them a high, turns them on, and they love mocking the blind masses as if to say, hey morons, you were warned, you should have known better. You know, one of my viewers recently shared this photo with me from CNN. See the zombie with 666 for the mark and the name on the vest, which is absolutely a play on words for dumbass. Those who took the mark, they are letting them know they are a bunch of dumbasses, okay? We had 2,000 years to prepare, and humanity failed. So let's get back to this video put out by EWU Crime Story on YouTube. And I'm going to go show a news clip and blow this case wide open on the real meaning it was put out.
It's always coming back, because always the mission is first. That's the stop. Skulls are getting cracked.
Though no one knew it at the time, Alexander Kenua was about to do something unthinkable. His self-recorded videos give us a chilling glimpse into his twisted mind in the days before he committed a truly disturbing act.
Do you see a bag of charcoal? Go ahead and open it. That's only part of it. I tasted something. It's tasting like a put some barbecue sauce. Some spice, small baked spice. So this will happen to that. You keep doing that shit again, that's gonna keep it happening. I'm very curious about it.
A prophetic dream in nature, to where this was before I ever even knew about the jab, but I feel that I dreamed about the jab and that it was something alive in everybody who took it, and you flip on the switch and something bad happens.
In this vision, I see people turning into zombie-like, and I see a person that's getting stick or getting a shot on its arm, and it started to transform into a zombie. The next moment I knew one of the towers, like the 5G towers or something like that, was being activated, and that was causes the that's what causes the zombie, the people to act funny and act like zombie-like. In another part of the vision, I see a person just laying dead on the ground. But it was like I was looking inside of the dead person, and I see like little micro nanobots that were just being activated, and all of a sudden this person, even though it's still zombified, it pretty much came back to life in a sense. So and then the interpretation of this vision is rising of the dead, or bringing the dead back to life. Yeah, they're pretty much trying to bring these people that probably even the ones that are already died from the the it shot, from the it shot, and since the nanoblasts, so they can pretty much use these people who took the shots at any time, at any day. So that's part of my vision. So it's your man Joe.
This video is actually about a dream I had last night, and it's a very strange dream, and it's very surreal. And if you honestly have ever seen the movie The Cell with John Cusack in it, you're going to relate to what this dream is about. And although I can honestly say there was no direct link that I could tell in this dream that has to pertain to the V, but there was an overall sensation and feeling that the V was involved, if you catch my meaning, in somehow, shape, fashion, or form. But the dream starts out, it's daytime, just like it is now. You know, it's a partly cloudy, partly sunny day, and I'm in my car. I am in my hometown, and I am driving down the street, and there's a few other cars, you know, in front of me and some behind me, and it's not on a highway, but it's basically on a, like you would see, like a main street downtown. And there were some other cars passing me in the opposite direction. Okay? Well, I come up on a stoplight and I make a stop, and I have apparently the radio on in the car. Although I don't hear any music or any talking coming out of the radio, I come up on the stoplight, and as I stop, I hear this very weird signal come over the radio. It's like a loud screeching. It's like it's like, if you ever remember what dial-up used to sound like, well, take that and amplify it about 100 times, and then you'll get the idea of this type of signal that's coming through the radio. And I also got the sensation that it was coming through on the phone. I mean, it was coming through pretty much any electronic device that was in your possession. And I immediately covered my ears. I mean, it was so loud. I covered my ears. And I started to try to also block out the sound by humming or singing, you know, like you would go, la 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 la, you know, something like that. And I got the overall sensation that this isn't good. There's something going on. There's something not right. And as I continued to do so, I got a thump from behind, like a car ran into me. And as I looked into the rearview mirror, I could see the driver of the other car. They had just, it appeared to, they had just like slumped over in the car. And it wasn't due to the crash, because the crash wasn't, it was just a slight thump, just a little, like a little tap. But they appeared to have slumped over in the car, like the signal may have done something to them. And as I look around to these other cars, I see the exact same results. I see this one person get out of the car, and they just, they're holding their head, and they just fall over. And I'm like, okay, this is crazy. This is weird. Something's going on. So I exited my vehicle. still covering my ears. And as I started to look around even more, I saw other cars start careening off, of the road, and people slumped over, and just it's almost like people were dying of this signal. And as I started to look around, these people who apparently had fallen over and died got back up, and they were just like zombies. I mean, they literally were zombies. It was like you were sitting here watching, the TV show The Walking Dead. And at that point, I was like, okay, I got to find some safety. I'm not affected by this, but everybody else around me is. And in the dream, I stand beside this brick building, or I come up on this brick building, and I stand beside it. And as I'm holding my ears like this, I could see a door on the side of the building that was open, but inside the door there was another room, and people inside the place were also affected as well. And this apparently took place around a large cell tower, some type of tower that was behind me in this dream. And whatever, I got the sensation of whatever signal was being transmitted to this tower, or to the radios and stuff, was coming from this tower. And in the dream, I remembered that I was carrying my 9mm. So I pulled out my 9mm after the signal had stopped. It only lasted for like a minute or so, and I pulled out the 9mm, and I thought, well, man, I can't go inside the building, but I have to make it across this stretch of grass to the road and go across the other side of the train tracks that was in front of me. But there were at this point in time, there were like zombies all over the place now, and they were just mindless zombies. And I thought, well, I don't want to shoot the gun because the sound may attract them. And so I thought in the dream, if I was to act like one, just pretend I was one, maybe I could make it to the other side. And that's what I did. I tried to, I just pretended that I was one of them. I moved slowly. I just acted just how a zombie would act and move. And as I got to the middle of the grassy area to where the road was, the dream ended. And I woke up and I was like, wow, this was straight out of like the movie The Cell. And I started thinking, that was the first thing I thought of, was the movie. And then the next thing I thought of, connected it to, was, this sounds very similar to that report that came out months ago about the connection between the quote-unquote 4+1, the letter G towers, and what they have possibly found out as far as like what the V is turning you into as far as like an antenna. And I thought of that, and I was like, man, is there some type of connection? Is God trying to tell us, or to tell me, there is a connection here?
Take on the intelligence community. They have 6 ways from Sunday at getting back at you. So even for a practical, supposedly hard-nosed businessman, he's being really dumb to do this.